Hi friends, today we are going to see about how to apply ICSSR Research Program. So this ICSSR is called for notice on the research program. Along with there is a separate nomination for ICSSR major and minor research project. Actually the ICSSR Research Program is a separate scheme and it mainly focuses on multidisciplinary research and inter-institutional research. And they invited nomination from the eminent research persons for the worth of 15 lakh to maximum of 30 lakh. So both are research project only, but there is some difference in research program is here. It is mainly focused on multidisciplinary and also inter-institutional research. And ICSSR invites this research program for the year 2021 and 22. Actually, every year they are called for research program. So this year they have fixed the deadline on September 6, 2021. Monday is the last date. This proposed research study is mainly multidisciplinary in nature and it may be related to social science discipline. And the research scholar, or maybe I am talking about the academician, is permitted to apply for 2 schemes, but in case of selection, the candidate in consultation with the ICSSR will take up only 1 study. And those who are already doing ICSSR research project are not able to apply, because after completion of this research only they can apply for a study. And in the ICSSR research program, they have mentioned the separate topics, priority areas, and for this year they have listed there are some topics like COVID-19 pandemic issues related to social science dimension, health infrastructure, Atmanirbhar Bharat, new education policy related to new education policies, the schemes development, scaling up education for better performance. And they also focus on multidisciplinary and impactful research, innovation, patents development, government and public policy related to migration, both internal as well as external migration, food and nutritional securities, unemployment problems in India and Skill India movement in India, poverty, inequality, human development indexes related issues, gender empowerment issues and developments, infrastructure, smart cities development and urbanization, agricultural reforms, and FDI related issues, technology transfers, merger and acquisition in India, industrial revitalization, particularly mainly focus on Industry 4.0 and related topics, banking in India and the movement, international migration, science and technology for society. So here we will talk about more on artificial intelligence, robotics, big data analytics, main aspects there are invited proposal, and environmental climate change, disaster, India's maritime wealth, security issues, special states of India like focus on the development on northern, eastern states, hill states, border states, etc. India's international relations, India's diaspora capital, different stages, opportunities, and various issues, democracies, socio-demographic dynamics and their implications, indigenous languages in India, tribal culture, social media, technology, regulation, data gaps and management. So these are all the priorities areas they have identified this year for the ICSSR research program. They are going to provide the amount of 15 lakh to 30 lakh, maximum of 30 lakh, and mainly focus on multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary and as well as inter institutional project mainly they can prefer. And as like ICSSR research project major and minor, this also we can apply through online mode. So once you log in, you want to create a username and password. Using the username and password you can log into the system and you can choose the program called research program under the different list, different ICSSR categories. Then you can apply the same formula. I think previous video also I have explained about ICSSR research project, how we can apply the same mode. We can also apply here. I taken to you the website ICSSR.org, ICSSR.org. Here the notification is displayed here, and in the tender and advertisement column also we have notifications like online applications for the ICSSR research program. You just click here. If you click here, it is automatically it go here, and these are all the priorities areas. These are all the priorities areas. They have invited the proposal. They have invited the proposal, and the last date for apply the ICSSR research program is September 6, 2021 on Monday. And first, you want to create the profile, username and password. Yes, I have already created using this link. Click here for register. Using my email ID and password that I have registered already, I am trying to enter into the portal, ICSSR portal. So likewise, this page will open. Here in the dashboard, it is provided the different programs and different categories list, like apply for doctoral fellowship, postdoctoral fellowship, senior fellowship, etc., etc. And we have major and minor research program. So for these two programs, research program and major and minor research project, and the last date is declared as 6th of September. So we just click research program here, or we can also click here. So though I have already created, I will go here view. I just go for edit application. If first time if you want to create, just click here research program, then automatically it will go for this page. You want to upload your photo here. Photo should be less than 800 KB, and applicant details want to provide, and here the broad research priorities areas. There are so many priorities areas are given here, listed here, and which priority you are going to apply, you can choose. Address for communication, state, pin code, email, permanent address, date of birth, mother's information, father's information. If you are available in the service, you want to provide the employee's details. Then your category, OBC or BC, gender, and if you are already availed the financial assistance from ICSSR, that details you want to provide. If you already availed any project from any of other funding agencies, that details also to be provided. So once you click here, it will go for next stage. Here it is a stage of research program in the educational qualification of the project director. You want to provide a PhD, MPhil, master's degree profile. If you have postdoctoral, that details also want to provide. Then research experience of the project director, how many projects you have completed, ongoing projects if any, that details also want to provide. And the papers published in the journals. So maybe details of the best 5 to 10 publication you can provide. No need to provide all the publications. Best 10 publications you can provide here. And what is the participation in research project, what capacity you have attained. So best 3 you can provide. Any other academic achievement you have done, you can write it in 100 words. Affiliation details, your institution you are working at present, state, where is it located, phone number, email ID, website, type of institution, whether it is a institution for national importance, ICSR Research Institute, Central University, State, or public funded research institute, or private institution with UGC's 12B status. And maximum of 3 project directors, project co-directors details also want to provide, and where they are working. And if you click next, just I'm for our testing purpose, I am just giving information. Here in the research program, they are asking about title of the research proposal. Priority area is different, title of the research proposal is different. And you want to provide abstract approximately 300 words, Introduction of the study maybe with 400 words. Research work review, that is review of literature, both in international status as well as national status. You may provide 15 to 20 research paper relevant to your research, maximum of 600 words. And you want to provide the research gap with the 300 words, objectives of the research study, 200 words, and what would be the major research question or hypothesis you have identified, that is with 200 words. Proposed research methodology you wish to carry out on the proposed research with 400 words. Innovation or any type of path breaking aspects you have implemented in your proposed research with 200 words. And what would be the expected output, such as papers, journals, papers in the journals, edited books, or any other policy papers you want to provide with the 300 words. Any new data to be generated, like with the 200 to 150 words, relevance on the proposed study for policy making and relevance with the proposed study for the society, you want to provide in the research program scheme. I mean, it is mainly it is a proposed research. And along with, you want to provide the milestones. Each milestone will have 100 words. You want to provide with the quarter basis. So we have 8 quarters. So maximum of 4 quarters on year, and another 4 quarters are 8 second year. So, and after that we want to provide what is the total grant expected under the scheme, budget requested from the ICSSR, that details you want to full here, and the duration of the proposed month, maybe maximum for this scheme 24 month is provided. So based on your research, you can provide what is the duration of the research. And you also want to provide the proposed budget for your study, and research staff is required. Under research staff, there are three type of research staffs are permitted. One is research associate, research assistant, and field investigator. Second heading under budget is field work. Third heading is equipment and study material and contingency expenses. And related to percentage of the each category, we will discuss it coming slide. And the publication of report, for that ICSSR main reserve the 5 to 6% of the money for if your research work is suitable for publication, they will get from your project itself. And apart from that, we have the institutional overhead of 5%. It is given to the institution where for actually the research to be carried out. And these 3 important things are justification. One is research jobs, is why it is required, why the field work is required, where we are going to conduct the field work and all. And we are going to provide the study material and equipment. What are all the equipments are required for your study? That justification you want to provide here. Finally, the declaration, place, date, and signature should be uploaded. And very important, my dear colleagues, my dear friends, the forwarding letter from the head of the affiliating institution. So this is a format here. In this particular format, you want to download, and you want to print in the letterhead of the institution or university. Then the same should be uploaded in the this section. And the CV of project director, co-project directors should also upload here. And very important, both project director and project co-director want to sign in the CV. So max not more than 2 to 3 pages of each. And if you are belongs to SC/ST community or disability, you want to upload the details of the same in the particular column. Finally, you can submit. So you can draft, save draft, and finally you can submit. And this is a procedure where you want to follow for applications. That's what I told you. So first you want to create a username and password. Based on the username password, this is a login page. Based on the username password, if you enter means it will display in the dashboard section, and the grid format the dashboard section like app format. So if you are already enter the details, automatically it will save Then you can go to edit option and edit the application using the grid. And the first section is the personal details about you. Second section is about your qualification and research details. And third section is a project proposal. Actually, there are three sections. So first section is about you, individual details. Second section about your research and qualification. And third section is about current proposal research project proposal. And these are all the project details you want to furnish. Okay. So at last you want to provide the information on affiliating institution letterhead, forwarding letter, CV. It should be attached along with the application. After that you can submit the application. And what is the guidelines for research program? So actually the research programs are a series of research studies undertaken simultaneously or sequentially on themes of significance and priority in the social sciences. So the main difference between the research program and the research project is here in the research program we are going to carry out this research on certain priority theme. It is listed on the ICSSR on every year. But the research project is called for every year on the social science discipline. And very important, this research program are mainly inter-institutional or interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary in nature. Okay, mostly the research programs are inter-institutional or interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary in nature. And the eligibility, again, here UGC recognized Indian universities, deemed universities, self-financing institutions under 12B status are eligible, or MOE, that is Ministry of Education approved institutions, and institute with the national importance are all eligible. Research institute recognized by ICSSR are also eligible. Very important, my dear friends, the project director should be an associate professor for this scheme. For a research research program scheme. Research program is also a research project, but the scheme name is different. And for this particular scheme, research program scheme, the project director should be an associated professor, and he or she should have a regular employee. And both the project director and co-project director must possess a PhD degree. But in some cases, it may be relaxed for in case of co-project director. If she or she have more contributed to the research publication, very credible in research publication, the project director will be relaxed for PhD. Retired faculties with the proven research record may also apply for this particular research program scheme. And maximum 2 projects can apply, but after selected, the applicant can choose only one project, and institutes having good research infrastructure and resources may affiliate a number of project directors. And how to apply? I already explained with a detailed discussion on how we are going to carry out application through online. It should be done through online applications, and application need not submit any documents other than those referred in application form. And all scholars are required to keep the hard copies of their application and annexure ready whenever the ICSSR are requested from us, and you want to send all the required information to the ICSSR office. Within 10 days we want to submit. In case the hard copy of the application is not received within 10 days of asking, the candidates of applicants shall be treated as withdrawn or cancelled. Mostly first stage they will review the online proposal. Based on the review of the online proposal, they will request from us to submit the hard copies. And research proposal and as well as the final reports, if it all sanctioned, it should be either in the language of English or Hindi. and only one applicant can apply only once under a particular research project scheme. And maybe, however, C or C can apply separately for another scheme using the ICSSR portal. And procedure for awards and applications all submitted by the research or scientist or a research scholars or academician will be scrutinized by the ICSSR secretariat based on the screening committee, and they will choose it and they will shortlist the proposal, and they will call for interface meeting either by in person or through online mode, and the expert committee will make a recommendation for award of studies and also suggest budget for recommended studies. And very important, my dear friends, this research program can be for a maximum period of 2 years, and the research program projects will have an allocation broadly range between 15 lakh to 30 lakh. So main difference here, research project scheme, major research project up to 15 lakh you can, you can quote. For a minor research project up to 5 lakh, but this scheme, research program, is purely based on the priority related issues. So though it is a big issues they are discussing, the budget is also high, that is from 15 lakh to 30 lakh. So here you will allocate the budget based on the value. So for the research staff up to 45%, field work not exceeding 35%, equipment and study material 12%, contingency 5%, publication of report 5 to 6%, and institutional overhead again 5%. Out of 100% budget, these are all the ratios. Based on the ratio, you can decide how much budget you are going to fix it. And if you take in the research program scheme, the research associate will get 25,000 per month, and research assistant will get 20,000 per month, and field investigator will get 15,000 per month. So the qualifications for research associate is PhD or NET or MPhil. Research assistant also PhD, MPhil or postgraduate, and a field investigator maybe any qualification with postgraduate in social science with a minimum of 55%, and not exceeding 6 months. Field investigator is not exceeding 6 months. They will be given the permission for carrying out the research. And after scrutiny, the expert, based on the expert committee nomination, if your project is selected and the project director want to provide your acceptance and also want to submit the undertaking form with the 100 rupees stamp paper, it should be forwarded from the institutions. And you can also provide the date of commencement of the study, 3 to 4 names of experts to be considered for the advisory committee by ICSSR. And the grant in aid, the first grant in aid bill also to be submitted along with the undertaking form. And 25% of the first installment, 25% of the amount of your sanctioned project will be released after receiving the undertaking form from the project director. The second installment 25% will be released after receiving satisfactory report, that is first progress report, and after receiving the second progress report, remaining 20% will be released, and the fourth installment will be released, that is 15% will be released after receiving the final draft in the form of book format, and remaining 5 to 6% will be kept in the ICSSR office for using the purpose of ICSSR publication. If your project is viable and it can be used for publication, the ICSSR will spend the money, and remaining 10% will be issued after receipt of the recommendation of the expert for acceptance of the final report, auditor statement and UC. So my dear friends, the 10% of the final amount will be released by the ICSSR after getting from the project director, like you want to submit final draft, auditor statement as well as UC, utilization certificate. And how the ICSSR research program will be monitored? So research undertaken by project director will be reviewed through the advisory committee constituted by the ICSSR. And during the course of the project, very important, my dear friends, you want to publish at least 3 research papers. You want to publish 3 research papers. For the ICSSR major research project, only 2 papers. Minor research project, only 1 paper. But in case of research program, you want to publish 3 papers listed in Scopus or UGC CARE list. And in all the papers, you want to mention acknowledgement. ICSSR name should be mentioned in the acknowledgement section. And after completion of the study, first you want to submit the final report along with the executive summary and abstract. Based on the soft copy received from the project director, the ICSSR will give certain comments, and after incorporating the changes, you want to submit the hard copy of the final report. After modification, again you want to submit 2 hard copies of the modified final report along with the 10 copies of executive summary, and both soft copy as well as pen drive, soft copy in PDF format as well as Word format as well as pen drive. And along with that, you want to provide the published research papers. And what are all the obligations of the affiliating institutions? So affiliating institutions is required to give an undertaking in the prescribed format. It should be signed by the principal in case of institution, or a registrar in case of university. And it is also required to provide requisite research infrastructure they want to create and they want to give to the project director. And affiliating institutions shall open and maintain a dedicated bank account for ICSSR grant, which means affiliating institution want to create a ICSSR grant separate scheme 0877, and it should be registered in under PFMS portal for release of project grant without any delay. And after completion of the research project, they should they should ensure whether the scholar should submitted audited report, utilization certificate, and the other project report in time. They should ensure. If any refund is there, that should can be sent to ICSSR. Okay, if any unspent amount, if any, that should also send to ICSSR. This also can be ensured by the affiliating institution. These are all the other conditions. And my dear friends, as per the research program scheme is considered, the maximum period is allowed for 2 years. Sometimes the extension will be given to 3 to 4 months on certain reasons, but no extra financial burden from ICSSR. And the contingency grant may be utilized for stationary computer typing related costs. And if an applicant may submit more than one proposal against the call, but simultaneously the project director will be allowed to take up only one research program. Okay, even though 2 programs are recommended, but only one program can be carried out. Foreign trip is again, it is not allowed in the case of research program also, the same like in my research project. There will be a gap of minimum 2 years between 2 ICSSR research program. If you are already completed the ICSSR program, and you will be have a 2 years gap is required. And the Ministry of Education, the amount of grant sanction is to be utilized within the duration of the project. Okay, and if any amount is remaining, that can also refunded to the ICSSR immediately after completion of the research project. So this is the forwarding letter format. This is the forwarding letter format. And so if you go here ICSSR website, you will get lot of information. Yeah, here if you click here, once again I will tell you, this is ICSSR.org. Here it is displayed here the different schemes, and also in the tender and advertisement column you can find the call for notice on research program scheme. And the last date is September 6th, and these are all the priorities areas. And This is the link for apply, and this is the application procedures is given here, how to apply. Okay, login, email ID should be given and all details. If any technical assistance, you can also mail to ICSSR. And this is the general guidelines followed for research program. I have explained detailedly for your benefit. Again, I have show you duration, values, remuneration, joining, monitoring of completion of the study, obligation of the institution, and other conditions. You can go through the other conditions. I have not covered all the other conditions. Please refer it the other conditions. And this is a link for application, and this is the link for downloading the forwarding letter by the affiliating institution. Okay, and finally, okay, this is a forwarding letter. It should also attach along with your applications. These are all the different details. Link to apply, application procedure, and guidelines are given in the particular link. So all the very best. So thank you all for watching my particular lecture, and your comments are always welcome. Please subscribe my channel for recent updates on research. Thank you all.